Hopes of a reconciliation between the royal brothers at their father's coronation may have been scuppered after Prince Harry's claims the Prince of Wales accepted a secret settlement from a newspaper group over phone hacking. The Duke of Sussex also claims King Charles tried to stop him taking legal action because he wanted to keep the media on side. Our chief correspondent, Richard Gaisford, is at Buckingham Palace with more. Good morning, Richard. I mean, talk about timing with all of this. It's less than 2 weeks now, isn't it, till the coronation? Do we know how these revelations might have been received by the family?
Well, no official comment from Buckingham Palace, not surprisingly. Everyone watching these events down at the High Court play out, Charlotte, as Prince Harry goes up against newspapers with these claims of historic phone hacking. It's something, of course, that he has said has shaped his life, undermined friendships. And his legal team threw something of a hand grenade into proceedings yesterday with these claims of a secret deal that the royal family would keep quiet, not pursue their own claims against the newspaper group until others have been settled, then they would be looked after. But the legal team for Newsgroup newspapers say they had no knowledge of any such deal. It had been thought, of course, that Prince William and Prince Harry had been working together on this, but another small explosion yesterday in the court, if you like, as it became clear that Prince William, in Prince Harry's eyes, had already settled a significant and large payout made. The Telegraph reporting this morning that this was in around £1 million. That, again, not being confirmed or denied by any of the other parties involved. It is, as you say, a very difficult time. You can see here outside of Buckingham Palace, preparations well underway for the coronation a week on Saturday. And as engineers put up the staging, royal watchers say this court action throwing something of a spanner in the works.
I think it is going to be incredibly difficult for Prince Harry to face members of his family at the coronation. There's going to be very little time for them to meet on a personal one-to-one basis, simply because the weekend is going to be so difficult. But he hasn't spoken to most members of his family, even his brother, since the publication of Spare.
Well, Newsgroup newspapers say Prince Harry's claim has come too late. He should have made it years ago. He said he couldn't because of that secret deal. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, because at the moment there appears to be no physical evidence of that deal ever being made.
OK, Richard, thanks very much.
Are we hoping for a reconciliation between the brothers at the coronation?
Not anymore.
Which brothers? William and Harry.
Harry and William.
Well, there was never going to be a reconciliation.
So, the Telegraph this morning, peace hopes in tatters. The Duke of Sussex scuppered any hopes because of these court documents that the Prince of Wales, Prince William, received a secret payment from Rupert Murdoch's company over phone hacking. Was there a secret deal between the royal family and the son?
We don't know. And the first that Prince William knew about this, revelation from Harry, was yesterday when this document was put into court. I don't know if it's true. You would think Harry's not making it up, but it's a sign that the brothers once used to talk. If it is true, William confided in his brother.
I didn't know of any agreement.
No.
I'd be surprised if it was and we didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
But then, how does Harry know if William's told him in better times, and then he's now using it in his own case, but he hasn't told William he's going to do that? If it is the case that the first William knows about it's going to be talked about,
there's no confirmation from William.
But isn't Harry's allegation not just about his brother?
Yeah.
He alleges his father, Prince Charles, as he would have been at the time, now King Charles, chose not to pursue the legal route, to seek the apology, to go against, Harry alleges, the wishes of the late Queen, so that Prince Charles could have a more favourable relationship with the son. That's the allegation Harry makes. About 2 weeks before the coronation of his father as king.
And in a deal to rehabilitate Camilla, now his stepmother. And I wish papers and everyone would stop just referring to Camilla as the Queen, because every time I hear the Queen, I think of the Queen, Queen Elizabeth. But they
so
mean,
interesting.
when
You're
they
right.
talk about the Queen...
So it says here, the agreement was made in part to help rehabilitate the Queen. I'm sure a lot of readers are thinking, why did the Queen need rehabilitating?
I should say Queen Camilla.
Although she was very unpopular in the 1990s, we shouldn't forget that.
Which was
hugely...
During the Annus Horribilis.
Yeah, she was hugely popular at the end, undoubtedly. But now this is a family at war.
Extraordinary.
How does it serve Harry's interests and Meghan's interests to say these things in court about his father and his brother 2 weeks before the coronation?
It doesn't.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you why. Because if you've read the book and you've seen the documentaries, Harry has an issue with what he sees as relationships between the royal rota, the reporters, and the royal family, and he thinks that meant that he and Meghan were used as collateral damage in these agreements.
The very fact he calls his book spare. Like, I'm just pushed aside.
Well, he'd been spare all his life.
Priority.
He'd always been the spare.
Look, you are both tabloid reporters, right? Senior tabloid reporters. And people watching will think that there are quiet agreements between your organisations and the royal family in order to effectively get better coverage.
It doesn't work like that.
Does it not?
No.
Really?
No, it doesn't.
You can't produce a great conspiracy like that. It just can't work.
No, it's not an agreement which is written down and signed on a piece of paper, but there is a sort of kind of mutual understanding that, you know, we'll be helpful and you'll be helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can happen. Yeah, no, that can. Or if actually, you know, you're journalists. If somebody gives you a story, tells you something, you write about it. As long as you think it's honest and it's truthful and it's legal, you will write about it.
We don't know if any of this is true from Harry.
No, I find it fascinating. I'll admit that.
Not come out before.
And Harry is
2 weeks before the coronation.
He's not finishing the battle, is he?
No,
he's carrying on.
You know,
he's carrying it on.
But he sees his whole family against him.
Dangerous game. Starting to talk about Harry just before the 7 o'clock news.
Yeah.
And
gets us into trouble every time.
Well, which is why the music comes in.